The PlayStation Mid-Year Sale is live right now, and I picked out the 20 best deals from the whole thing, going from the cheapest all the way up to the bigger price games. I am going to start with LEGO Marvel Superheroes for $5. That is 75% off. The original LEGO Marvel game, and honestly, it is still one of the best ones in the whole series. It's got a huge roster of characters, a fun open world Manhattan to explore, and that classic LEGO humor running through the whole thing. Then we got Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate for $5, 90% off. One of the best fighting games ever made with the complete roster and all the dilk included. The story mode is genuinely one of the best in any fighting game, and the fatalities are as brutal as ever. Then we got Need for Speed Heat for $5.99, also 90% off. One of the better NFS games in recent memory. You get to race during the day for money, night racing for rep, deep car customization, and a really fun map to drive around in. I think for $6 for this is just a great deal. Then we got Just Cause 4 Reloaded for $5.99, 85% off. You get this pure open world action with a grappling hook, a wingsuit, and an entire world to blow up however you want. The physics-based destruction never really gets old. Then we got Dead Island 2 for $7.49, that is 85% off. It really is like one of the most fun zombie games in years. You get to dismember a ton of zombies with improvised weapons, and a sun-soaked Los Angeles never stops being satisfying. This deal is great. Then we got Overcooked plus Overcooked 2 bundled together for $8.74, 75% off. These two games in the chaotic cooking co-op series that define the genre. You and your friends scrambling to cook and serve orders in increasingly insane kitchens. It's a great deal for this price, especially both complete games is just fantastic value. Then we got Angerfoot for $8.99, 55% off. This is an incredibly fast-paced first-person game where you are kicking doors down and kicking enemies out of your way while wearing ridiculous sneakers. It is loud, it is funny, and it never slows down, and it's super fun. Then we got Just Cause 4 Gold Edition for $8.99, also 85% off. This is the version with all the delk included on top of the base fun. If you are going to grab Just Cause 4, the Gold Edition at $9 with everything included makes way more sense than the standard one. Then we got Gotham Knights Deluxe for $8.99, 90% off. This game had a mixed reception at launch, but at $9 for the Deluxe Edition, it is a completely different conversation. You are playing as the Batman family taking over Gotham after Batman's death, and the co-op is genuinely fun. Then we got Detroit Become Human for $10, 50% off. A super popular narrative game about androids gaining consciousness in a near-future Detroit where your choices genuinely shape how the story unfolds across multiple branching paths. It is a polished cinematic experience, and $10 for it is a great price. Then we got Dave the Diver for $10.99, 45% off. This game blew up when it came out, and it deserved every bit of the attention. By day you are diving and catching fish, by night you are running a sushi restaurant with that same fish. Such a creative combination, and the writing is genuinely charming. Then we got Hunt Showdown 1896 for $11.99, 60% off. A tense PvPvE extraction shooter set in a gothic Louisiana bayou where you are hunting monstrous bosses while trying to avoid other player teams. The atmosphere is incredible, and the tension when another team shows up nearby is unmatched. Then we got Like a Dragon Ishin for $11.99, 80% off. The spin-off set in 1860s Japan during the Bakumatsu period, one of the most unique entries in the whole franchise. It's a serious dramatic storytelling mixed with completely absurd side content, the trademark of the series. Then we got Evil West for $14.99, 75% off. Basically a Wild West Monster Hunter game mixing gunplay with brawler-style combat. It is not trying to be anything deep, it just wants you to have a blast the whole way through, and it succeeds. Then we got Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for $15.99, 60% off. The original 3 Crash games completely remastered and looking better than ever. It's got tight platforming, classic level design, and genuine nostalgia for anyone who grew up with the series. I really think $16 for all 3 games is a great deal. Then we got Call of Duty Black Ops 4 for $19.79, 67% off. This one skipped a traditional campaign in favor of focusing entirely on multiplayer and zombies, and the zombies mode in this game is genuinely one of the best in the series. Then we got Sea of Thieves for $19.99, 50% off. The pirate adventure game that has grown into one of the best live service experiences out there after a rough launch. This game offers everything: sailing, treasure hunting, ship battles, and the total chaos of running into other crews on the open sea. Then we got The Last of Us Part 2 for $19.99, 50% off. One of the most divisive but also one of the most ambitious story-driven games ever made. The gameplay is incredible, and the story takes some genuinely bold risks that not everyone agreed with, but it is hard to deny how well crafted the whole experience is. Then we got Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition for $29.39, 58% off. Miles' own story and one of the most heartfelt superhero games ever made, and the Ultimate Edition includes a remaster of the original Spider-Man game on top of everything. And then we got Rise of the Ronin for $29.39, 58% off. This one is from Team Ninja, the studio behind Nioh, and it is a massive open-world action RPG set in late 19th century Japan during a huge period of political upheaval. The combat is deep, the world is beautiful, and the story lets you shape your character's path. That's pretty much all we got for today. Let me know which game you like the most. Also subscribe if you want to see more deals like this every day.